Hey, welcome poopers to hashtag straight poop. I'm making a cod Wellington. I've got cod that's been seasoned with just salt and pepper. Okay? Make sure when you're using fresh fish, dry it off on a towel of some type. I use a tea towel. You could use paper towels, but you don't want that excess water to mix with the oil. I've got cannabis oil in here. I'm made out of olive oil. And I just want to sear the outsides, okay? Because it's gonna cook in the puff pastry. So that's all I needed to do is sear. From here in this pan, I'm going to, I bent over the tail, I didn't cut it. I don't want to waste any fish. I don't have any cats, so I can't give it to your cat. My dogs love fish, but a small piece. Go lower this. So yeah, it's seasoned on both sides, okay? So I'm going to remove that to a paper towel, you know? Then I'm going to let it cool. And I've got sliced mushrooms and I've got rapini or broccoli rabe. I love it. Cooks down, adds that almost, fresh broccoli taste. But it's not broccoli. They call it broccolini maybe. And these two veggies are going to be placed on the bottom of the puff pastry. Then the fish is going to sit on top of that. Then this is going to go on top, okay? And let me get some salt on there. Just a little. So I could get those veggies to break down. Because that's what I want. I don't want crisp. I don't want al dente, okay? I want cooked. And yeah, you could steam these if you want that kind of consistency. But I find that if I cook it like this, and then halfway through, I could put some chicken broth, a little liquid, maybe put a cover on it and steam it, but we'll see, okay? So I'm gonna get going on this. Watch you guys while we're at it. When this cooks, we'll come back and put it in the puff pastry and into the oven. So while we're at it, I put together some pro tips. My tips from my cookbook into a chart, okay? Let's take a look and we'll start piling this on the cod and folding the puff pastry before we get into the oven. Okay, take a look at the pro tip. Larry's pro tip. Enjoy. Hey poopers, welcome to hashtag straight poop. Yeah, so my rapini and my mushrooms, perfect. So I'm just laying it down on this puff pastry, okay? Yeah, a little bit more mushrooms. Okay. Now, I've got our flash fried, okay? And little bit more. Top. Yeah. Don't want that in the way when I crimp. Okay. First one. Using a cup down the middle. And going right over the top, draping that in. Going this way. Going over the top like an envelope. Folding it over and in here. Then turning it over. Where is my fork? Here it is. Just for breathing. Okay, that's number one. Number two. Now I got the oven. According to the directions on the puff pastry, that 350 degrees for 25 minutes until golden. Okay. Now, mind you, I've never made this recipe, ever. You guys were the first ones to watch me use puff pastry on a tart, and it worked out. So I'm getting ambitious here, and I figured, you know what? I've never even made a beef Wellington, but I'm not going to get upset like Gordon Ramsay does when, and if somebody screws up his beef Wellington, like he's royalty. I guess that's good, considering. And then fold this over, like we did on the first one. And if it doesn't stick, which it didn't, my silverware is going all over the place today. Now, I'm gonna let that breathe, okay? Like I did the first one. Then I'm putting them back in the fridge, all right? Just for it to firm up. Okay. This I'm not gonna worry about, okay? So, I'm gonna straighten this out, use this parchment paper and the paper it came on, okay? Came in, you know, unrolled it, and put it in the fridge, take it out, give you the lowdown, okay? So, yeah, come on back, join us in the kitchen. Okay, thanks, poopers. Hey, welcome back, poopers. This is our final product. So, I just took some kosher salt and put it on here when it was still a little bit wet. But as you see, it's perfectly cooked. And just because that's stuck to the parchment paper or its own paper came into packaging, came out perfectly. And you know why? Because you got to put those vent holes in there. Otherwise, this thing's just going to go kaboom! With about 5 minutes left, I just took some heavy cream and brushed it on, and that helps the browning, okay? That's why you get to, you know, an egg wash or heavy cream, okay? And there's just some parsley on the bottom just to give it some color. Okay, our email cookbook or e-cookbook is, the link is still there. Check to see if it works. That's the third time we put it there. If not, go to the description page. My email address is there. Just put in the caption or subject, free e-cookbook, free cookbook, cookbook. Give me the damn cookbook. whatever you want, you'll get it like immediately, okay? So on that note, try this recipe. It's awesome. You don't need to use filet mignon. You could use fish, you could use chicken, you could use lobster, you know, whatever you want. Just make sure you put a sear on it first. You don't want that juice, okay? Here, I'll show, well, let me show you here. See, it came out very nice. Now, if you didn't pan sear it first, chances are 90% that the liquid will go through. You won't get that crust. You'll get soggy, and that sucks. So try the recipe, okay? And if you're waiting on us, you're loafing. So we'll see you next time here on #StraightPoop. Hang loose.